Well, hey there, my friend. Welcome to episode 265 of the Creative Shop Talk podcast. Today, we're going to continue our conversation around summer and making it a summer of ease. And if you're listening to this episode and it's not summertime, it's still Q3. And if it's you're entering winter or a slower period, this is for you as well too, because I want to make sure that we are all preparing to not be grinding all the time and taking that pressure off, that constant grind, that constant hustle. We need to make sure that we are unplugging and we are doing things that fuel us and energize us in multiple ways. And I'm going to give you some ideas and tips and actually strategies that work. I want to say tips that work, but strategies that work and that my clients have been using for years and I have been using for years to help make you feel maybe a little bit more ready to take some time off. So let's make sure that we are taking that constant grind off. I keep saying constant grind because I feel like a lot of us live in that. We feel like we should be working and we live in the shoulds, right? So we're going to take the shoulds off the table. I'm going to teach you and share with you some tips. Again, I've shared these in the past with my clients and they work really, really well for taking a little bit, giving ourselves a little bit of break and giving ourselves a little bit of time. So stay tuned. Let's do it. Running a retail business doesn't have to be so hard. Welcome to the Creative Shop Talk podcast, the go-to podcast for creative shop owners, studio owners, and independent retailers. I'm your host, Wendy Batten, retail business coach and mentor. Each week, I'll share simple, proven business strategies, inspiring stories from fellow retailers, and advice from industry experts. Together, we're going to work to find the success you want from your retail business with more profits in your till and a little more joy in your life. Okay, 3 things I really want to make sure that we all have planned. I like a good plan. So the first one is to make sure that we have some fun scheduled. So if you are a mom or a parent, you only have 18 summers with your kid. And let me remind you, mine left at 19. And I'm just telling you, you only have 18 years with your kids. And then it all gets kind of wonky after that, even if they stay home. But it's just enjoy the time you have with your family. And even if you don't have kids, we still only have so many summers, so many summers ahead of us, so many free times or vacations. And I really want to make sure that you are enjoying it. So this message is for those of you who don't take that time, who just feel like, no, I should be busy. Even if you are in the busiest tourist season, you need to enjoy yourself. We have to have some fun. So number 1, make sure you have some fun scheduled. I don't get my finger out very often, but I have my finger out. I'm pointing at the screen and I'm saying, like, you have to make sure you schedule in fun. And if you are like some of my clients, you may have forgotten what fun is like. So hopefully that's not you. I have some clients who have been so busy in the doing that they're kind of like, I need to go have some fun. So hopefully you've scheduled in some fun. Number 2, make sure you plan some rest time. Rest is not a reward. It is part of our work. It's your job. It's your job to be restful. It's also your job to have fun because energy enthusiasm is what runs a business. It's really important that we run business with energy and enthusiasm. So rest is not a reward. It's part of the work. And number 3, let's not lose momentum. We have to keep the wheels turning so we don't jump back in September and feel behind. So this isn't about losing momentum. This isn't about not working this summer. This isn't about not getting all our ducks in a row because Q4 is coming. And I will be honest, Q3 to me is one of the most important foundational quarters that we should be working on. So there's that should word, but we can do it. We've got this. So marketing and sales, your team training, and honestly, in August, we have most of our clients totally into our holiday prep. Like they're all into holiday sales and marketing. By the time August runs around, I am if you work with me and if we're together, and I'm going to be that coach that is nagging you. And I guess that's my job. If I'm not making you a little uncomfortable or making you a little leveled up, not leveled up, but you know what I mean, then I'm not doing my job. So marketing and sales have to keep going. The wheels need to keep turning. The staff needs to get paid. Things need to happen. You need to be making money. You need to be ordering inventory. There's all kinds of things that still need to happen, but we can do it with a plan. So we can do it with ease and have that rest and have that time off and have fun. So today I wanted to share some tips and ideas on how to do all of those things and how to take that pressure off so that those things are all happening while you're like enjoying your summer, having fun, having rest, and not losing momentum. So those are our 3 big goals for today. All right, number 1, get your schedule done until October. This isn't only fair to you, it's not fair to your team if your schedule is not done in through September. So I say this with love, but I have a lot of retailers who are doing it like every 2 weeks or once a month. You have to make those decisions anyways. Let's get the schedule done until September. This will alleviate a lot of, headaches, and it will help your team plan their weekends off, and it will help them enjoy their summer, help them get rest. It'll help you keep the wheels moving. So all of our schedules need to be done until September. Your team schedules, your schedule. When are you working? Where are you going? What are you doing? Like, what is the plan? The big rocks. Until September. Number 2, schedule your promotions. So get out a calendar and make sure you have your promotions, your events, your holidays, your new product launch, your merch flips. Your shop windows are, being done. Your back to school, your summer solstice parties and plans. 1 hour of planning, all of this out will save you a ridiculous amount of mental energy. So do it. So members of our inner circle, you can check out the July and August or the June, July, and August playbooks. We have calendar dates in there, sort of suggesting when you can flip those sets, when you should be looking at your promotional ideas. And all of those things are in the playbooks. So you already have access to June, July, and August playbooks. I just want to let you know they're all in the headquarters in the back end. If you're an Inner Circle member, go grab those. We've done a lot of that heavy lifting for you in helping you with your promotional planning. Okay, number 3, spend 1 hour, maybe 2, put it on your calendar, 1 to 2 hours getting all of your basic social media coverage done. Now here's a hot summer tip. So you can totally use things from last year. Seriously, like go back and look at your July 4th or your back to school promotions or whatever. You have already done this work. So go back. You have a gold mine there. So go get it. No one cares. No one remembers if you did a meme or you did some socials. If you're still selling the same products, if you still have some of the same graphics, go back, get them. No one will remember or care. And if it was a really popular or a really good one, they're actually going to be happy to see it again. So stop reinventing the wheel. So go back, look at like last June, July, August, or, all of those posts that you did and see what you can pull out. Go grab it in your Canva, edit them up, zhuzh them up, whatever you need to do. This is the same as old emails. Go back to last summer, see what you sent out and zhuzh and reuse that up. Like, seriously, we do not need to keep reinventing the wheel. I see this so much. And I will tell you, I got an email this morning from a client who said she's just scheduled out all of her emails for the rest of the summer. And she'll probably add a few maybe on the fly or if things come up. But I'm not kidding. I think the first line in her email was, "I am a rock star. I am a rock star." I just love that energy, right? Because she's freed up the mind and the bandwidth, mental bandwidth, and has that all done right through till August so she can enjoy her summer. We're still doing things. She's still going to be busy. She's still scheduled to work. But she's not going to be going home from the shop at 4:00 in the afternoon and wanting to go to the beach and, take her. Actually, she has young kids, so she's going to take them to the pool. That's their thing. And sitting at the pool, writing out her email for tomorrow because it's done. It's all done. So she's going to go to the pool with her kids and maybe be present and have some fun and do a little rest and splash around. I don't know, whatever it is we do at the pool. So I'm not a pool girl. So there we go. Anyhow, this is important. So you reuse old emails or just sit down and get the new ones done. So schedule your emails out for the whole summer. So 1 a week is just 8 emails, like all of July, all of August, let's just say, if we're planning ahead. And that's 8 emails. Keeping your customers in the loop now will keep you top of mind when Q4 comes. So stop with the thinking that I'll just jump back into nurturing my clients and showing up and being around in August and September, or September, October, when everybody else is like bombarding them and whatever, all the fall things and everybody's coming back from vacation and they're like, oh, we should start marketing again. Don't be that person. Market all summer. Be rememberable all summer. Nurture your clients. It's probably one of my biggest pet peeves is that we all of a sudden come back, in the fall, and we want our customers to come in, and then the story we tell ourselves is that, oh, there's too much competition and all of that. Stop it. Stop it. Keep your clients in the loop all summer long and think of them. Think of what they're doing. Think of all of those things. So the other thing that I always love to see when about getting social media and getting our nurturing done over the summer is, and getting this all front loaded, right, is disrupting the pattern. So why don't we use summer to share some softer things with our clients? Like, what are you up to? Maybe a post about your favorite beach songs, a summer Spotify list, something that you've compiled, your favorite road trip songs if you're going on a road trip, a recipe for your favorite beverage. I don't know. Do you have a mojito recipe? I'd love to see that, please. Share these things with your clients. This is changing it up. It's humanizing your brand. You could share a vacation picture. You don't have to share your whole life, because that's the feedback you're thinking if you're not somebody who does share a lot of that. But my goodness, sharing a family vacation photo or sharing a photo of yourself with a book at the beach or at the pool or wherever you are, customers need to know that you're freaking human. Come on, show them the back end stuff. So share vacation pictures. Maybe you could ask them, your customers, for tips on the location that you're going. So let's say you're going on a road trip and you're going to wherever. Just ask your clients. Just say, hey, family's going on a road trip, or we're going on a road trip. What's your favorite shop? What's your favorite yarn shop? What's your favorite whatever? Who should I visit? What restaurant should I, go to? Customers, like, if they feel involved in your business and your brand, they're going to feel involved with your business and your brand. So this is what we're trying to do. This is how I coach. So if you're here and you're listening, I hope you'll consider doing something like that. If you're a Retailers Inner Circle member, if you're in our program, you can use those done for you email subject lines. We provide those every month in the monthly playbook. So you can go ahead and look in the June, July, August, September's will be up soon too. And you can get started on all that. And don't forget, we also have all the social media ideas. We have prompts in there. We have content creation masterclasses, not in your playbook, but in our headquarters. So a lot of our members just print these out and then they use them. They just sit down and take that hour or two and just get all their social media, all their prompts done, go back, reuse some of their old stuff and get it done. So if you want to leapfrog through some of this content creation and some of these ideas and you're just not even sure where to start, you can start by jumping into the headquarters if you're an Inner Circle member, or you can join us inside the Retailers Inner Circle. Just saying, we're there. This is what we do. This is my why, is to help retailers leapfrog through things that we've all already created. So why reinvent the wheel? So again, these strategies work. This will give you a summer of ease when we have already done the content for you. So you can go get it or you can do it on your own. But back to the things that we can do. If you are a retailer that does social selling or live sales or store tours or anything that you're doing live in a regular routine, get a cadence and a rhythm going of when you're going to do them. Don't plan these on the fly. So plan them out now so that you can get your schedule organized. So back to getting your schedule organized, or like knowing what you're doing. Or here's a really great concept that some of my retailers are doing and it's working really well. And I'm telling you, you're going to love this idea. hand the reins over to a guest host, not ghost, a guest host, or a team member, maybe even a customer, maybe a local influencer. Maybe somebody else could do that. Maybe you don't have to be the only one that does the social selling or the store tour. How cool would it be to have a guest host do your store tour every week? I mean, I'm a big believer in store tours. They don't have to be live. You can do them, you can do them in video format once a week. Show the people what you have. People need to see their visual right now. Now more than ever, people want to know what's new in the store, or not even if it's new, they're not paying attention to you. So they're not watching your store tours every week. So catch them when you can. But wouldn't it be cool to have a guest host or a team member or somebody else doing it? It doesn't have to be you all the time. It does not have to be you. So if you find yourself being the only one that can do Friday favorites, or you're the only one that can do the store tour Thursdays, or you're the only one who can do the live sale. Is that true? Is that true? Is that really true? I would just, or maybe, do you have to be the only one who does our top sellers this month? I have a lot of clients who do top sellers at the end of the month. They're like, this was our top sellers this month, whether it's yarn or bookstores or jewelry or clothing stores. Doesn't have to be you. It can be somebody else. So anyway, just sharing that idea. Take some things off your plate. And I think your customers would like a little change up too. If you have events, so sit down, or better yet, delegate all of the tasks for the event to somebody else. Get it done in one sitting instead of just in time. And what I mean is just in time event planning is a thing. Hands up. Hands up if that's you. Are you just a just-in-time event planner or promotion planner? So if we sit down in advance and we, again, as I mentioned, getting this all done out through September, first of all, you're going to feel like my client. You're going to feel like a rock star if you do this. But again, maybe you can sit down with your team, or whoever your key members of your advisory board are, whether it's your coach. I've done this with my clients, or whether it's your key employees. Plan out your events, the purpose behind them. Every event must have a purpose and a reason for being. And hand it off. Hand off the tasks to somebody on your team. Hand them off. Can you do that? Could you say, hey, could you take care of all of this? Ask me if you have any questions, but take care of it. And better yet, we love to keep playbooks on our events, correct? Hopefully you're doing that. For every event you're doing, you keep notes. We keep what works, what didn't work, how we're going to improve it next year. We do not need to reinvent the wheel every year. We can do the same things over and over and over again, refine them, optimize them, make them better, hand the playbooks over to your team or somebody else. Take things off your plate. So that would work really well. So you can schedule, and the great thing about planning all of your, again, sitting down in one sitting and getting all of your events planned, and even if it's the big rocks of the plan, like the milestones and the big things that need to get done, you can now schedule the posts and the emails, and heck, you can even schedule the thank yous for coming posts and, add some pictures later. So what I mean by that is, you can schedule the, oh my gosh, we had the best day yesterday post. Hopefully you had a great day. And you can get all of these things done in advance. I don't know why we're not doing this more often. We should be doing this every quarter, but I know we're all busy, but really we want to enjoy the summer. So let's get this stuff off our plate. I'm telling you, all of this that I'm talking about is not going to take you more than a couple of dedicated hours to sit down and do it. Okay, number 4, inventory ordering for the holidays should be well underway. This is obviously something we've already got done, but make a point to get all of that done so it's not a monkey on your back. Okay? We just want to make sure that we have everything we need for inventory planned out, thought out, and ordered as soon as possible. So even your merchandising, all of that should be well underway right now. The last tip is coming at you again with a lovingly stern voice. I'm going to get my coach voice on. And I see a lot of shop owners. This is myself included. So I have my hand up. Not anymore, but this is a problem for me. I'm still always working on it, and I talk about it here a lot on the podcast, and it's just a continued thread. And I guess not the rule, I don't know what you would say is I repeat what works often here for retailers. But hand some things over already. I mentioned earlier about handing over, event organizing. Maybe you can hand over the live sales. Maybe you can hand over other things in your business. But nothing bad is going to happen if you hand over a whole lot of things for the entire month of July or for a week that you go on vacation. Like, hand some things over and disconnect a little bit. So when you can, like planning a vacation or planning a couple of weeks off, someone else can answer the social media. Someone else can jump into your DMs. Someone else, it doesn't have to always be you, as I mentioned earlier. Just make sure things aren't ignored. And this is what usually happens. Things get ignored and then people, retailers freak out. So hand things off. A couple of other things that you can do is put an autoresponsor onto your email and let it go and be, guilt-free. Maybe only check it once a day or twice a day. Maybe check it in the morning, check it at night. Stop being addicted to your phone. This is the curse of small business owners right now. I mean, maybe it's the curse of everybody right now, but what if you did not check your phone incessantly and stay off your cameras, for goodness sakes, and stop checking your POS system every minute of the day? You watching it like a hawk is not making things sell faster. It's going to just suck the fun from your trip. So, and what does that say to your family and the other people that are around you or spending time with you? And self-love and self-care is really self-love and taking care of yourself, right? So do you really want to spend your whole time away or time off on your phone? And I've heard every excuse in the book, like everything in the book, on why it's important that you watch the cameras and you look at the POS. If you have that little trust in your staff, then we need a new staff, right? If you have that little trust in what's happening while you're gone, then we need to talk about that. That's a deeper rooted problem. If you trust your staff, if you really truly ask yourself if you trust your staff, check your POS system at the end of the day. Check it at the end of the day. If you feel the need to look at a camera at the end of the day. Pick a time while you're on vacation to do that and tell the people you're with, or schedule it with yourself and say, every afternoon I'm going to spend 20 minutes just checking in and making sure everything's okay. If you feel the need to do that. But you can also, just let it go. You can let it go. This is, again, a loving reminder, because we all have a tendency to do that. So I hope you can just disconnect from that. And also, what if you hire an assistant to take care of all your emails? I mean, you could hire somebody to do that. I have a client who has done this in less than the cost of 2 average sales a month. And it's crazy. And the weight of this has been so good for her. Speaking for myself as well too, I had a hard time letting go of some things. Now I have an assistant, and now I'm like, oh my goodness, what was I so paranoid about? Or I don't know what I was thinking. So letting things go and really being honest with yourself on how much would that cost. It's how many sales do I need to make to cover that? And then we can do so much more if we're rested and if we're healthy and if we're happy and if we're bringing enthusiasm and joy into our business. So I'm hoping that a lot of this would help you figure out that you can have a summer of ease. You can schedule in time. This doesn't mean the whole summer off. It's not, we're still, again, as I mentioned at the very beginning, the 3 things we really want to make sure that we're doing is making sure we have some fun scheduled, making sure that we have time to rest, and making sure we don't lose momentum. So we schedule that in. It's just a few hours. You can do so much of this in just a few hours. So look at your calendar now and schedule this out. You can have a great chunk of your marketing done. And honestly, my friend, stop being so hard on yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself. Have some fun this summer. Even if if you're a touristy in the tourist area and it's a tourist season, and if this is your heavy time, we need to make sure that if summer's a thing in your town or summer's a thing, have some fun, right? Especially if you have kids or, other people in your life that you want to spend time with, which I hope you do. So make some time to enjoy. Our business is supposed to support our lifestyle. This means joy. This means freedom. This means profits. This means paychecks. So sometimes I see retailers forgetting that the joy and the freedom part as they're chasing the profits and the paycheck. So don't be one of those. Be kind to yourself. Have some fun. I personally would love to know what you're doing for fun this summer. I want you to jump into my DMs. I want to continue this conversation. I would love for you to jump into my DMs this week over on Instagram. I'm at Wendy Batten Biz, and share with me, what are your plans for the summer and how are you making out? Are you ready for summer of ease? Are you repurposing and reusing? Are you making plans? Have you made front-loaded decisions? Are you well on your way to have a great, happy summer? Because that's what we need. I'd love to know. So jump into my DMs. I'd love to know if you're an Inner Circle member. Let's continue this conversation inside our group, inside our Facebook group. You'll see a post around this topic. And I would love to know, what you're doing, how we can help you, how we can support you. Let's group share like some successes of how we're getting this done. I just think we feel like we have so much to do, and then it just feels like it's just never ending. So let's stop that and let's sit down and get front loaded some of these things. So you can feel like a rock star too, like my clients do. So, all right, my friends, until next week, I have a wonderful guest for you next week who will be sharing some really fabulous things. And I can't wait for you to hear from Cadence. And we had a great conversation. That will be next week here on the Creative Shop Talk podcast. Until then, have a wonderful week. Happy sales, happy joy, freedom, profitability. That's what we're here for. Have a great week, my friends. Well, that's it for this week's episode of the Creative Shop Talk podcast. I'm so glad that you were here to join us this week, and I hope you found value in what we're sharing here. I want to remind you that our website has all of the show notes. You can find it at wendybatten.com/podcast. Everything that you need to hear about today's podcast is there. Also an opportunity if you need to reach out to me. If I can support you in any way whatsoever, please feel free to reach out. So thanks for joining us. Please leave a review, subscribe if you can, and never miss an episode. We hope to see you back here again next week. Thanks, my friend. Have a great week.